Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about a series that I have just finished, and it is called A Silent Voice, and it is a manga series. It's 7 volumes long and it was fantastic. And the general story is that this boy meets this girl who is deaf, and he relentlessly bullies her, taking her hearing aids and just making her life miserable until the day that she changes schools basically. And then he is the one that gets bullied relentlessly, and it's sort of his journey when he finds her in high school to apologise to her and to rebuild his life from the ashes of what he was as a kid. And I thought it was just fantastic. I loved it so much. I loved the friendship between Shoko and Ashida. I loved the representation of the families in this and the friendships, and I just felt so relaxed, and it felt so natural to me. So because this is an overall series review, there are going to be minor spoilers, but I won't go into too much detail. I'll just put my general thoughts out there, so you have been warned. Like I said, the premise is a person seeking redemption for his past actions, and I really felt that was genuine of Ashida as a character. We see everything through his lens, so it wasn't like we got half and half, like it wasn't Shoko's perspective and then Ashida, it was all Ashida. But the way that he went through his transformation felt not too rushed, yet not too impossible to happen in real life. I really loved the representation of disabilities in this work of fiction. I live with my mother who is partially deaf, so I kind of have a knowledge of that, and just seeing the way that Shoko it felt very real, and the emotions that she felt true to an experience that we have, and I really felt for her character. I loved how she didn't easily forgive Ashida for what he'd done, but she helped him repair himself. She was quick to help him out, even though there is all this tension between them. The family is probably the best bit, because I love the representation of a mother trying to deal with her daughter in this situation and just really having a hard time dealing with it. And that's very true to my experience with my parents. They were supportive of me, obviously, and they did give me the best chance to have a full life. But seeing that struggle of this mother just trying to protect her daughter from the world, but also wanting to her daughter experience the world, but knowing that it's going to be hard for her daughter to experience the world because the world is very judgmental towards people like her, felt very real, and I connected on the mother's level with that. Because people, you can either be extremely overprotective of a child with disabilities, or you can neglect them completely. Like, there is sort of a middle ground, but I really love how the struggles were. You could see her struggling, and then it comes out on a negative note with her daughter, and I loved how that was portrayed. She wasn't exactly right, and I don't think that she should have done what she did. In some of the chapters, I thought she was very mean, but it was understandable given her situation. I really felt that was handled really well. Now, all the side characters were good, save for this one character who I absolutely hated, and she was the worst. Like, she had no regard for anyone else's feelings. She bullied Shoko relentlessly, even after girl. She was obsessed with our main character Ashida. Like, she was in love with him to the point of his obsession, and just seeing how she just, like, this one bit of it where I was reading and she is just bashing Shoko, and I was just like, no, you horrid character. I didn't like that. So that's all like the good stuff. There is some bad stuff because it is a manga. Some of the reactions were very quick. Like, I think if it was like in a light novel where you read it, it'd feel much more natural, but it was just sort of like a 1 minute we're here, next minute we're here, and it was just like there was no passive time. It was a bit disjointed. I really loved that there is this one theme that went through the book, and I don't want to disclose it because it is a massive spoiler, but I really love how she treated this topic, especially in regards to Shoko, very maturely. It's not something where society is wrong and Shoko is right. It's very much discussing the grey area and discussing a person with a disability growing up in a situation that she can't control. There is sort of like a pairing sort of thing between Shoko and Ashita, but it never really goes anywhere. It's never really established at the end whether they get together. But the way that it ends, and the ending was so sweet, and so it led the way for hope. And I really, really loved that aspect of it. So overall, I give A Silent Voice a 5 out of 5 stars because I just connected with it on such a level that I never felt this connection with a story before. I've never felt that. If you were looking for another one like this, I highly recommend Gangster, as it does have a deaf protagonist and it's way more action-packed. Also, A Silent Voice is coming out in theatres on April 6th, and I will leave a link to which theatres you can go see it at if you don't want to read it, because it is becoming a movie, and I really, really hope it comes out on DVD because it's awesome. But I loved this series overall, and I am excited for it. So thank you for watching this video. I will see you guys in the next one.